KwaZulu-Natal MEC for Transport, Siboniso Duma, has threatened to shut down operations at the long-distance taxi rank out in Durban if, of course, the ongoing taxi strike is not resolved soon. Duma made the comments following a high-level meeting in Pietermaritzburg on Thursday with long-distance taxi associations from the province that are not participating in the strike. Members of the Durban Long-Distance Taxi Association who have been on strike for a week did not attend that particular meeting, and KwaZulu-Natal Department of Transport spokesperson Mr. NdabeZinhle Sibiya joins us now to weigh in on the Long-Distance Association taxi strike. NdabeZinhle, thank you so much for being with us today. Welcome. So let's talk about Thursday's meeting with the MEC and taxi operators. We understand the talks were deadlocked then, with the MEC Duma even threatening to shut down operations in Durban. Any headway to the talk so far? What is the latest in relation to the strike?
Well, thank you very much for the opportunity. We wish to indicate that the meeting on Thursday, it was very fruitful, and the MEC is happy with how the meeting progressed. It was requested by the associations, as you correctly pointed out, that are not taking part in the strike, and they pleaded for the MEC to beef up the operation channel, the law enforcement unit within the Department of Transport, working with the South African Police Service, under the leadership of the Lieutenant General who's been part of the meetings with the Durban Long Distance Association. Well, I think where we are now, we can confirm that there are ongoing discussions with the Durban Long Distance Association, with MEC Siboniso Duma. Yesterday morning, early in the morning, between 5 and 6 o'clock, the MEC was on, one of your sister channels, Ukos FM, together with the leadership of, the Durban Long Distance Association, where they informed the members of, the people of KwaZulu-Natal about, efforts that are in place, to resolve the issues that are faced by criminals. We can also indicate that there is a meeting that is set to take place between the MEC, Siboniso Duma, and the leadership of the Durban Long Distance Association to resolve the issue.
That was very interesting that you mentioned that, because I wanted to find out, we heard that General Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi said he was still on the hunt. This was still on Thursday for those taxi drivers who had removed the keys from some of the trucks on the road and ended up leaving some traffic blockaded there. Are there still protests by some operators at this stage? And has Mkhwanazi actually found those that had removed the keys from the trucks?
But unfortunately, I'm not in a position to shed light on that matter. All what I can say is that the exchange, through your sister station, Ukos FM, yesterday, was characterized by, honesty. The MEC was able to articulate, the way forward, affirming, the commitment of the department in terms of resolving this issue, and also indicating that, there's no challenge that is above the collective wisdom. That is why there's a meeting that, is going to be taking place between the MEC and the leadership of the association on the part of shutting down, the taxi rank. The MEC was actually, indicating that there are many options. If we feel that, moving forward, there is a conflict that is escalating, which may also lead to bloodshed, the option is to shut down the rank altogether. But we are not there at this stage, as indicated, yesterday. The MEC did indicate that, look, there are ongoing discussions with the South African National Taxi Council also coming on board to augment, the discussions that are aimed at finding a long-lasting solution.
NdabeZinhle, we also need clarity on these allegations from some of the taxi operators that we've been interviewing since the start of the strike action. They are alleging that one of their biggest issues pertaining to the strike action is the issue of the fact that their permits are not being issued on time by the department, leading to these delays. So that, in essence, is what has directly caused the strike. What do you say to that?
Well, we have repeatedly, provided evidence that, statement is untrue. It is a narrative that is aimed at misleading the people of KwaZulu-Natal and the country as a whole. The MEC has restrained himself from commenting in social media purely because he regards, the members of the association as his brothers, as his, uncles, as his fathers, and he respects them. That is why we had to, publish, a list of payments that have not been collected from the department. The payments that are ranging between, 4,000 to 5,000. And in the past, we had to cancel more than 7,000 payments that were not collected because we are guided by the transport, land and regulation, prescript of 2009, which indicates that if the operator is not collecting his permit, we have to cancel it because our books are audited by the Auditor General of South Africa. So therefore, we have that obligation to issue permits, but there are documents that are required, as we pointed out in the past, that the taxi operator must bring in a certificate of roadworthiness, must bring in a PRDP for the driver, confirming that the driver is authorized to drive the vehicle. Number 3, we also need a rank stand from the municipality, confirming that there is a stand available for the taxi. That is why the MEC is quite clear that at long last, there are taxi operators from Durban Long Distance Association that are collecting their permits, and as of last night, we were hovering above 68, taxi operators that have collected their operating permits, and what we then requested is that they must go back to municipality to get the rank stand. Once they produce a rank stand, then they'll get an original permit. What we are saying, to the MEC is that look, there's a lighted of no challenge that is above collective wisdom. We can confirm that there's a meeting that is currently underway. We are very hopeful that we are going to find a long-lasting solution.
All right. And while I have you, NdabeZinhle, with me, any plans by your department for road safety for this festive season?
Well, I think that is an issue that is very close to the MEC's heart. Yesterday, on Thursday, we were in Van Riebeeck. We started with a roadblock in Toll Plaza. The Lieutenant General was also part of that operation, including quite a number of law enforcement agencies where we searched cars. We were quite encouraged, to intercept taxis that were operating legally, traveling from Joburg, coming to Durban. And the roadblocks are going to be intensified as the MEC directed. A highly efficient team from the Road Traffic Inspectorate working with SABC, with the municipalities. We can confirm that, we have more than 2,745, officers that are on the road, as, highlighted by the MEC, supported by 808, vehicles. We will be having roadblocks throughout the corners of the province. When you come to KwaZulu-Natal, we want to ensure that, as a tourist or as a visitor, you are able to enjoy the warmth, and the friendly smiles of the people of KwaZulu-Natal. Actually, the Hospital Federation of Association of Southern Africa, they've indicated that here in KwaZulu-Natal, you talk here about an occupancy rate of above 70 to above 70%, above 80%, meaning that KwaZulu-Natal is indeed becoming a destination for tourists. That is why the MEC is emphasizing that the Road Traffic Inspectorate, the team which is now being augmented by newly recruited, officers, they are going to be working, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, to ensure that, we have our roads, cleared of any illegal operators. Our roads must be very safe, and those that are coming to KwaZulu-Natal, under the influence of alcohol, they must know that the law will come very hard on them.
NdabeZinhle, thank you so much for your input this afternoon. That is Mr. NdabeZinhle Sibiya, the KwaZulu-Natal Department of Transport spokesperson.